have to go with this URL password management, and you can read all the instructions and guidance using this URL. This is our part. The password tool is embedded in Wazuh indexer. Under this, you can use the embedded version or download it with the following command. So we have it. Let's check if we have it or not. Wazuh password tool, or we can download it. I have the Wazuh of 4.5, so I'm going to change it to that version and run this command to download it. Okay, the tool has been successfully downloaded. You can read this thoroughly if you have any confusion. Now what we are going to do is changing the password for single user. To change the password for a single Wazuh indexer user, run the script with the -u option and indicate the new password with the option -p. The password must be admin length between 8 and 64 characters and contain at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, a number, and one of the following symbols. If no password is specified, the script will be generated on random. So I am going to use the password like the way password at the rate 123. I have used one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, a special character, and the number as well. Now I am going to run this command in my CLI. It will take a bit time. The password must have a length between and at least contain a number and a symbol from these. Okay, let's just type dot in the end. Let's see. Yeah, now it is generating password hash for the admin user. Okay, if you read password change, remember to update the password in Wazuh dashboard and filebeat nodes if necessary, and restart the service. I am just going to restart all these services one by one. First, I am going to restart Wazuh indexer, then I will restart Wazuh manager, and then I will restart Wazuh dashboard. Before dashboard, I am going to restart filebeat as well. All these services take a bit time to get restarted depending on your Wazuh server configurations and the monitoring of the servers, endpoints, and the host. So this is the fresh installation, and I have the minimal resources. That's why it will take time as well. After the restart of service, you can check either the services has been started successfully or not. I am going to do the next. Let's this restart gets completed. Yeah, it completed. You have to replace status with the restart. It will show you that it is active and running. Now we are going to do the same for Wazuh manager. It is active and running. Now we are going to restart file beat. It has been started successfully, and check it is running or not. Yeah, it is active and running. Now I am going to restart Wazuh dashboard in the end. Okay, it has been restarted successfully and it is currently running and active. Now we are going to go to our dashboard GUI, and it will take a bit time to get Wazuh dashboard ready, and it has been ready successfully. Now I am going to type the new password, or I can do this way, that for the confirmation purpose, and click on login button. These are the simple steps that you can change your admin password using Wazuh server CL. I hope you guys understood the scenario and instruction very well. To show you how you can install Wazuh agent on your Windows based host or Windows based machine, Windows based server. You can also use this procedure to install Wazuh agent install Wazuh agent offline. You simply have to type Wazuh on the Google and go for this step, install Wazuh. Now scroll down, go to this Wazuh agent part. We are going to install on the Windows based machine or Windows server or Windows based desktop or laptop. Click on this window icon. Installing Wazuh agent on Windows endpoint. Just simply click on this Wazuh install. The setup will be downloaded. When it gets completed, click on it. Simply just you have to click install. It will ask for the permission. Go for yes, and the agent installation process completed successfully. Now what we have to do next is simply go to your C drive, go to the program files folder. You can see the OZEC agent folder here. Just click on it, find the OZEC file, or you can also go with this Windows 32 UI file. You have to give IP of your Wazuh manager, because I have installed distributed base Wazuh. My Wazuh GUI IP is 192.168.99.7, and I have installed the agent of, you can see the Wazuh dashboard. IP for my Wazuh is 192.168.99.7. I have installed Wazuh indexer Wazuh manager on another node which has IP of 192.168.99.5. You have to give the IP address of your Wazuh indexer Wazuh manager node. You can see before this setup installation there is no agent shown in the dashboard. As I have installed the setup of Wazuh agent and assign and enter the IP of my Wazuh manager, it is automatically appear, and now it is showing that it's never connected. Soon it will be shown in the connect active agents. It will take some time. Let's start the agent service again. Okay, again we have restarted the agent. Let's check. It starts sending. It will be up in meanwhile. Okay, let's check the service of Wazuh. Yeah, it's running because it is connected first time. That's why maybe it is taking too long to show its active status. Install Wazuh agent on your Windows server, Windows machine, Windows endpoint using PowerShell. You have to log in your GUI of Wazuh server. You can simply install Wazuh agent in 2 or 3 steps. Okay, simply you have to go to the main menu, click on agents. I have installed an agent. Right now I am going to install a new agent. Simply you have to click on deploy new agent. You have to select the operating system, Windows 7 plus 1. Choose the architecture, default architecture. What is the server address? Because this is my distributed scenario of Wazuh, the IP address of my Wazuh indexer Wazuh manager is this, and Wazuh dashboard IP is this. What you are going to name this agent? I am going to name this agent my machine. Any group you want to add, default. Now what is this? The installation command just compiled. You just have to copy this command, go to your search bar of the host machine, search for PowerShell. Click on the PowerShell, run as an administrator, enter yes, simply paste that command and press enter. It will take a while to install. Now the next step is what? Start this service on the agent. The Wazuh service was started successfully. Now we will go to our agents. Yeah. Before that, only one Wazuh agent was shown here. Now the count goes up to 2. Now it come to the disconnected agents from never connected agents. In the meanwhile, it will go to the active agents. That's it. The active agent is this. You can see, you can select the agent. It will take some times to send the log. That's how you can simply install the Wazuh agent using PowerShell. To show you how you can control or ignore the logs from the agent. In detail, you can say if you want to filter or minimize or control the logs that Wazuh agent sent to Wazuh server, how you can do that? Simply log into your Wazuh server. First, I am going to install agent. I'm going to install agent on Windows. What is the server address? This is the server address, agent name, my machine. Whatever you want to name your agents in the server. Simply you have to copy this command, open the PowerShell of the host, run it as an administrator. Simply paste this command, press enter. It takes a while to get the Wazuh agent installed. The next command is to start the service. Okay, the service has been started successfully. You can also verify that the Wazuh agent has been installed and the service is in the running state. Okay, let's move to our dashboard. So the Wazuh agent has been installed successfully. Before this installation, 0 agents were shown in the total agents, and every status of this agent was 0. Now total agent raised to 1 and never connected agent also valued 1. Soon it will move to active agents. Now how you can see the agents log? Simply you have to go to this security event on the main dashboard, click on it. It just got these logs. It's the first time installation, that's why it will send all the logs. Now what and how we can stop or minimize the number of logs that Wazuh agent sent to the Wazuh server. Okay, in this topic I am going to cover one more thing. If you want to minimize the log or you want to make customized log or you want to make readable short log of particular agent, I am going to show you how you can do this. You simply have to go to main menu, click on this discover button. I am going to select my agent by creating a filter. I will make another video of how you can create filters in the Wazuh to read the logs for the particular agent or for the particular event, whatever you can say. You have to type the field agent name. Operator is the condition. I'm going to explain little what is this operator. For example, I want to say case is one agent. If you want to see the logs for only single agent, you will select is. If you do not want to see any log of particular agent, you will select is not. If you want to see logs of multiple agents, you will select one is one of. Is one of mean if you install agent on 5 host or Windows machine, one of them is this. Is not one of them, exist does not exist, you will understand. Currently I have only two agents. One is Wazuh server and one is my machine. Click on this save button. You can set the time interval from here as well. Now I am going to make this little more customized. Agent name, this is the agent name. Now description of the rules or the logs. Rule ID, here come the rule ID. Now the one most critical is the event ID is the one we are going to add that event ID in the agent configuration file that will control and minimize the number of logs. Okay, event ID is not the thing is any not an event ID based log has been triggered yet. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. Simply have to go to the folder and click on OSEC agent, go to the configuration file, maximize that configuration file. This is the part where you have to enter that particular event ID for the corresponding rule ID. Now I am going to explain little more about this. This rule ID is correspond or parallel to the event ID. If we want to control the logs from the Windows based host or the agent, you have to identify the event ID for the particular rule and copy that event ID in this tag. If you want to add an other event ID here, you simply have to add space, paste this syntax and add this event. I add that event ID over here and save this configuration file. The next step you have to do is what? You have to restart the Wazuh agent service. That will do what? That will do what? The agent will stop sending that particular log to the Windows server. The question is why we do this? Because we want to ignore unnecessary logs that we do not need in the Wazuh server. Those logs were utilizing excessive space. Okay, let's check. No, yeah, that's the event ID. It's a pair. This is the event ID you have to every time add if I do not want to receive these log on my Windows Wazuh server because it's not, I must say it's not that much important. I just want to monitor critical logs, disaster base or high value logs. In that scenario, what I will do, I will add the email ID for that particular log in my agent configuration file and I will save that configuration file. After that, I will restart the service of Wazuh agent that will stop sending logs to the Wazuh server. Custom Wazuh rules according to our requirement. Let's go to the topic without wasting time. You can get information from the Wazuh documentation on the web, and the scenario they have provided us, like we can use the rule custom rule IDs between this range. Let's start with creating a new rule. Here you can see I will show you a little information that this is the 502 rule ID with the level 3 is a Wazuh server started is a default rule ID and this is the trigger by the Wazuh server. Let's we will attach or make a custom rule included by including two or three more rules. uh, right now I will show you a demo of authentication failed rule, and then we will include the Wazuh server started rule and authentication failed or login rule. Like, let's authentication failed. I have attempted wrong attempts 3 times. Let's see what we will get in the Wazuh dashboard that I am trying to access the Wazuh server or making SSH with the root username and password. Here we go, we get the authentication failure attempts and the logs over here. Authentication failed, that is 5760, 5762 and 5760. Let's make a custom rule by the syntax provided by Wazuh. First we will go to the management and go to the rules and search over here with local underscore rules. Press enter, and here we got the default local rules configuration file for the Wazuh server. Why I am writing our custom rules over here? If in future we will upgrade our Wazuh server, that will be in the production, and if we edit or change configuration in the default other configuration files, it will be lost when we will upgrade our Wazuh server. Let's search what is the and the rule ID was 502, and we will search over here 502, and here I got it, Wazuh server started. We will search the syntax over here, and we will use the group name. I will remove this from here, group name I am using, and the rule ID over here, copy, paste. Let's make this rule ID like over here. I will change the rule ID, custom rule ID, and we will write the override code to override this rule. We will provide under 502 and 560 and 5762. Let's search 5760, and I got it, authentication failed. Let's go to this straight slash and copy this match over here, and the next one is 5762, 5762. What is the match is, yeah, what we are doing, we will mention the group name up there. We are overwriting three rules from two different groups, three different groups, I must say: OZIC group, syslog group, and SSHD group. Here is our custom rule ID number, and we are setting this to level 3. We can set over here 10, 15, between 0 and 16. And why we this write override? To override the default rules in the default configuration files like this, and we are making the default rule IDs over here. Sub ID is 502, 5760, 5762, and what it will match, it will match this piece of syntax. And we can change the description over here: authentic, you can write anything, authentication failed, for the time being. After this, we are going to save this configuration, and we will restart Wazuh manager. It will take some time to get restart. Every time if you change anything in the OZIC configuration or the local rules configuration or any other rule configuration, you have to restart the Wazuh manager to take the changes effect. Yeah, the manager has been restarted. Let's go to the dashboard and refresh our dashboard. Here you can see the rule ID has been changed from 5022 to 1 lakh 1. Level is the 3, and here the description I wrote, you can see here, and you can see over here. And now let's try for authentication failed attempt, and refresh the dashboard. It will take some seconds to get notified on the Wazuh dashboard. Right now we have two authentication failure, waiting for the update. There you go. The rule ID has been changed. This is for the Wazuh server started. Wazuh monitor manager, Wazuh full log. You can read the full log description. What is this log for? And here you can go and see full log. Yeah, failed password for root. This is how you can create custom rule by making combination of multiple Wazuh default rules, and you can set your own rule IDs, you can set your own rule levels, and many more. How you can create the GUI user for your multiple users, how you can create internal users in your Wazuh server. So let's just move towards the configuration and the way how you can create new users in the Wazuh server. The first step, you have to log in your Wazuh GUI. The Wazuh GUI has successfully logged in. The next step you have to follow is to click on this menu icon and goes down, drop down, Click on this security button. This is the window where you can create new user, assign rules, whatever you like to do. Click on this internal user button. Currently I am logged in with my admin user default and which have backend roles admin. You simply have to click on this create internal user, or you can click any user and duplicate that user. So currently I am going to create a new internal user. You have to type the name for username and password. The password must be tricky and not the easier one, so I have created a difficult password because the instructions are pretty clear here. Password should be at least 8 characters long and contain at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, one digit, and one special character. The username must contain from 2 to 50 characters. Valid characters are A to Z, 0 to 9, underscore, hyphen, and Unicode characters. You can use all these instructions in your username you want to use. So I have created a username and the password as well. This is the tricky part. What you have to do, you have to assign role to this user. You can see the roles from here. These are the backend rules you are going to assign to your user. Right, currently I am going to use my admin backend role. You have to type this manually and click on this create button. The user has been successfully created, which has backend role admin. Now we are going to log out my this admin user and see this admin user, the newly created user will work or not. Yeah, the user has been working fine currently. You if you want to change password for the user, you can click on this reset password button. You can easily change your password from here. You have to enter the current password and newly password and click on this reset button. This is the one scenario. You can create an internal user. We are going to use another. Click on we are going to select an user and click on this action button and click on this duplicate. We are going to name whatever we want to and just have to enter the password. We if you want to change the name, you can type here. The admin role backend role already assigned. Now we are going to click on this create button. Now use the third one user I have created in front of you. That was test copy and the password was the same. Enter that password and click on this login button, and there you go, you have successfully logged in with your newly created user. This is how you can assign backend role to the newly created user. If you want to assign any of the role to user, you can open the default user from here and you can create the new role from here as well. So if you want to assign any of this role, you simply have to open that role and map the user and click on this map button and select any of the user. This is how you can map the roles to the user. Reports, read, access. This is how you can assign multiple roles and permission to user according to your requirement. You can simply assign these roles to any of the user the way I have guided you. Hope you guys understood the scenario very well. uh, Creation of new user is very simple. You have two ways. You can create the user by simple button create internal user, or you can create the user by this option as well. You have other options available here. You can delete the user from here, edit the user from here, and many more. You can create and configure dashboard in your Wazuh. So we are going to log in our Wazuh GUI. Currently I have one agent installed for the Wazuh server and it is disconnected. Let me just start the agent. Okay, here it is. I am going to start the agent, then it will be appears to be active. Let's see. Yeah, currently it's active right now. You have to go to main menu first and see here the dashboard. Click on this and create your first dashboard. So I am going to create the first dashboard. I am going to use data table to display values. Okay, we will select the Wazuh alerts. So in the matrices, in the bucket, we are going to select split table, right, and going to select column, and next here you have to select the terms and select the field to add. I am going to add first timestamp and select the order ascending and the size of table rows and columns, and select the time and click on this update button. Okay, if we select the rows, this is how you can see the difference. Okay, now we are going to add another value. We are going to use the host name, or we can read the logs which values we were needed or we are going to visualize in our dashboard. We will go to the security events, and I am going to open the Wazuh and select the agent host and ascending, and going to select the value for and name. Okay, we are going to add another terms. The next field we are going to select as according to our requirement. I am going to select rule groups, ascending 20, and group. You can see as soon as you will be adding the values, the data will be more readable and more visualizable. Okay, now we are going to select the timestamp and the values, and you can see you can change the time filter from here and see the logs, agent name, what what is the group, and what will be the time. Okay, now we will add an other row, and now we are going to select rule description from the ascendings, description of the rule. Click on update button. As soon as you will add the values, and you will add the values in the buckets, the data will be more visualized and more readable. Now we are going to save this and name it as table monitoring, and save and return. This is our dashboard for monitoring of agents according to our requirement. Okay, let's check that our dashboard has been saved or not. No, it's just not saved. Okay, we are going to click on the visualize. It just has been added in the visualization. We have initially created the visualization. If you want to create dashboard, you have to edit, add an existing dashboard. We are going to select table monitoring and click on this save button and name this dashboard. Now the dashboard has been successfully created. I have just mixed up the things. Initially we have to create the visualizations, then we have to add these visualization in this dashboard. Let me create an other visualization. I am going to select pie chart for the Wazuh alerts and click on this split slice, select terms, timestamp, ascending, number of values you want to see, and click on this and name the label for your data. You can see you can create multiple type of dashboards using this visualization. Now I am going to select agent name and ascending. I need 20 values and name that with this. You can see this this is for the agent name and it's the timestamp. Got it? Now we will add some descriptions, rule descriptions, ascending. We need 20 values and name of this. I save it, and now we are going to move our dashboard. If we edit this dashboard and add something new, we will click on this add button and select the pie chart, and it has been successfully added. You can set the position and location for your visualization. We are going to save as it is. This is how you can create the visualizations in your Wazuh server and dashboard in your Wazuh server. You can implement policies on your indexes or the indices in your Wazuh server. For this, I am going to use the default instructions provided by the Wazuh. You can type simply Wazuh index management in your browser and click on this Wazuh index management. Here you have to follow these instructions if you are using Wazuh with Kibana Elasticsearch, right? So I am going to access my Wazuh server in the browser. You have to log in your GUI account for the Wazuh server. The GUI team get ready. You guys were familiar with this. It always took some time if we have rebooted the Wazuh server or restarted the Wazuh server. If the server is running 24 by 7 in your environment, then it will not take as much time it taking right now. Okay, we are going to refresh it. Right. From the main menu, you will have to go to this index management. First, now, if you want to create a new policy, you have to go to the state management policy. If you already running policies on your server, you can go with this menu, and here are the indices which has been created. Please make sure not to delete one of these indices, right? If we are going to delete the indices manually, then we have to simply click any of the indices which we want to delete and click on this action button, and you can see here the delete button, and type this delete in it and click on this button, and this is how you can delete the indice manually. If you want to implement policies on this, then we are going to create a automatic policy. We are going to use visual editor, and this is the policy id we are going to name according to our memorization. Now we are going to add the states. We have to add an ISM template. That ISM template will automatically apply the policy to indices created in the future. Okay, we are going to click index pattern. What will be the index pattern? We are going to do this later. Now do this. We are going to add some state state 1 need to add action. What type of action you want to add? I am going to add the action here. This is the first action. If you want to add other, now we are going to click on this shrink action and add the action. Save this state. Now check if the if we can create an ISM. Click on type of pattern and add template. Click on this. After the delete action, we have two actions in this state. Okay, we are going to edit this and add only one action in it. Now add another state, shrink. It will run before the state 1, and this is the state 2. We are going to add the action and save this state. Now we have successfully created two states. The first state is delete, but it will run after this shrink state, and click on this create button to create a policy. Okay, now if we want to apply any policy, we will search it and apply the policy. This is how you can apply the policy, and how you can create the policy. First we will create the policy that the data will be shrinked, and then it will be deleted. And how we are going to that apply that policy on our indices, you have to select the indice and click on the apply policy button and select the policy which one you want to apply and click on apply button. This is how you can create the policy in Wazuh and apply these policies automatically to your indices. Why we do that? We we does this to automatic delete our indices which get older and which get larger in size. This is how you can create the policies in Wazuh, and how you can manage your indices. What are the indices? Indices are the data which will be created or which were created well, while the Wazuh server is running. Either these are the statistics log, either it's the monitoring log, either these are the alerts log. This is how you can manage your indices in your Wazuh server. How you can implement and how you can use that scenario for the Wazuh. The topic is old, but a new scenario, a new usage. Wazuh snapshot management policy, Wazuh backup and restore policies, and how you can schedule or how you can create policies for your backup and restore. For the today's scenario, I am going to use a external drive or the folder Windows base folder. I am going to mount that folder to our Wazuh machines, and we will take backup and restore from that drive or the share folder. So let's start with the configuration. First we have to access our Wazuh master machine. We have to check this dependency or package is installed or not. This is the document I have created for myself. Install. I am implementing this scenario on the distributed and cluster based Wazuh. I have three nodes, one for master, one for worker, and third for the dashboard. Indexer installed on the both of machine master and worker. Wazuh manager is also installed on both machine. File beat is also installed on master and worker node. Dashboard is only installed on the third machine, which is dashboard. Okay, what we are going to do next, create directory and set the all configuration. We are going to create a share folder. I am going to create the folder name snapshot. Okay, what is the next step? Share this folder so can be accessed by Linux server. Okay, click on the properties, go to the sharing, share. I have already created a username with Yasir, and I am going to give rights to this user for read and write, and click on the share. This is the address of this folder. Okay, I am going to rename it because it is taking this folder as a now. It's okay. So go to the advanced sharing, share this folder. Okay, advanced sharing, share this folder. What is next? Then go to the permission option. Yes, the permission option. What is the next step? Click the all option below the allow for the user, and then add advanced. Okay, find now. Let's find the user Yase. Okay, okay. Now we have assigned all the rights to this user. Yes, I have done this. Now create the directory at the Wazuh server machines. First create the directory. We are going to create a folder or the directory at the default mnt directory at our Linux machines. Let's just copy this. You can check as well that the directory has been created. Okay, now access the worker machine. You have to repeat or do these steps on the both machine, master and worker. Looks fine till now. Now create the directory on the both Wazuh server. I have created. Now give the permission to Wazuh indexer on these directories. That's good. Now go to this configuration file. Okay, wait friends. Okay friends, next we have to do this is add this directory to this configuration file. address and press Ctrl X, enter Y, enter. Now do the same on the worker node. Okay. What is next? Now you have to restart the Wazuh indexer service on your both nodes, master and worker node. Wait for the service to restart on the master node, then restart it on the worker node. Be careful with this. It is restarted successfully. That means our configuration is fine till now. Restarted on the worker node. Okay, the service of Wazuh indexer has been started successfully on the worker node as well. Now what we have to do next, we have to mount that share folder on this directory we have created on our Linux machine, on the, or you can say Wazuh master machine and Wazuh worker machine. What will happen in this scenario? Every time we create the backup or we restore the backup, that will be created first at the Linux machine on this drive, then it will automatically copy to our share folder, either it's a Windows based or the Linux based. And for this purpose, every time you have to check the unique this user ID and group ID. How you can check? You can run this command on the master machine and worker machine. Here you can see Wazuh indexer. The first one is UID and the second one is GID. It is same sometimes by default. We can check it on the worker node as well. Yeah, the same here. So now what is the address for our share folder is this. Let's edit this. Check ES and the folder name is 2. The remaining is same. Now copy this command and run this on the master node. I have some error in my query. And how could this happen? Okay, copy. Okay,
Let's I have to reconfirm this command. Wait. Okay guys, I am doing couple of mistake. I am using my share folder machine address rather than IP, and the user I have created Yasir, I am using was indexer instead. You have to add the user of that folder who has all the access, and the IP address of that device, host machine, or the system or the server on which this folder has been created, and the address where you want to map this share directory. Now df minus h, here you can see this folder has been mounted. Now we have to do the same thing on the worker node. Enter the password for the user and it will mount the directory. See, the directory has been mounted here as well. Now what is the next step? Now create repository and take snapshot and restore. Now let's move towards our Wazuh GUI. Here is the snapshot management. Because I have restarted the Wazuh indexer service, that's why it's got stuck. Now first step is here is we have to create the repository name. I named it with backup fab share folder. What will be the address of share folder? This is the address. Empty. And the data. Just add it. The directory has been created. Now press add to create the repository and see new repository has been created. Done. Now you want to take snapshot. Click on the snapshots. Take snapshot. Snapshot name fab first. Anything you can name it. What what in the what reports you want to take the backup, or how long, how short you want to take the backup. You can select here Wazuh statistics monitoring. If you want to take backup of all, you just simply have to enter static. It will take backup of all the files. If you want to include the cluster state in that snapshot, because I have cluster running here, you can check this option. You have to check this ignore unavailable indices. Click on the add. We have got into some error. Wait, done a little short. Let me check. Okay, I have the error in the name. No spaces in. You have to put in that backup name. Right now it is in the progress. The backup is about to. It has been taken successfully on this time. Now we will go to the share folder. You can see the backup has been automatically copied to the share folder of the snapshot 2. You want to check backup on your Linux machine. You can also see here the backup has been created successfully. That's how you can take the backup of your Wazuh machines on your host machine as well as the share folder or the drive. Let's take another example. Second backup, we will select this. You can see now neither any error pop up because I was making mistake in the name. It has been also done successfully and other file has been created here. This one is the first one 2 minutes ago and this is the second one. If you want to restore, you simply have to click any of the checkpoint or the backup, click on the restore all indices in the snapshot, add prefix to the, it will add restore underscore to the file of which you have restored. Let's check the backup restore has been done successfully. You can verify from here. Restore. Yeah, this is the restore indice. Health green. Done. This is how you can take backup of your Wazuh machine data and how you can restore on the machine as well using the share folder either on the Windows machine or the either on the Linux machine. Wazuh email alerts based on rule IDs. I think so you guys were familiar with rule IDs. These are the rule IDs listed over here. So the email alert based on particular rule ID. If you don't want to receive bundle of uh, alerts or bundle of email alerts, if you want to ignore or if you want to filter these alerts, you can simply configure the email alerts based on the rule ID. If a particular rule ID will be hit, the email alert sent to the particular email, or you can send the email alert to more than one user or only a single user as well. Hope you guys have watched my previous video how we can be able to configure SMTP server with authentication SMTP configuration of Wazuh email. If you guys did not watch the video, I will paste the link of that previous video in this video description, and you have to first watch that video, then you have to watch this video, and you guys will not face any issue or the error. What we are going to do here, and the configuration in the OZ config file, we have
we have done this configuration that we want to receive email notification, we have to enable it from no to yes. SMTP server localhost, I have configured this email to send the email, and I have tested same with this email to receive the email alerts. You can change any, or you can paste any email address over here you want to receive the email alerts. Number of email alerts per hour, we will increase this to 40, 50, 100, 500, 400. I have already told in my previous video. And here is the configuration of low log alerts level. The level of log you want to receive in your Wazuh GUI, and the email alert level, the level you want to receive the email alerts. What we are going to do over here, we will set the number of email alerts to 120, and email alert we will change it to 12, or you can say 13, 14, 15. Maximum number of email alert level is 16. And we are going to remove the email to part from here, because we want to receive the email alerts on the particular email. And I will paste these links as well in the description, so you guys do not face any issue. What I am going to do, uh, we are going to save this first, and if you want to mm, take these changes effect, you have to restart the manager as well. First we will select a particular rule we want to receive the email alert. I have selected the Wazuh server restarted rule ID 502. What you are going to do is, uh, you have to go to the management part, select the rules, search over here the rule with the rule ID number 502. The built-in configuration file will be open here, and you can see the Wazuh server started from here as well. You have to open this file, search for the manager started 502. This is the rule, and we are not going to replace any rule configuration in the default built-in role IDs, because if you ever going to update your Wazuh server, these all configuration will be gone. What you are going to do, if you want to write or make any kind of rule configurations, you always have to write those rules in this local rule file. If you will update your Wazuh server, this configuration will not be updated or removed. I am going to open this file, and what we are going to do here, and we have the group over here is OZEC. You can write this new rule in this part, or you can write it in the separate part. If you are going to write this rule in the same part, you will add the object group name over here and this rule syntax down here. If you want to write it separately, what you are going to do is you just have to copy this, paste over here, and as well what we are going to do is we will copy this object object group name and this syntax. Okay, yeah, just for a minute. What the next thing you have to do is you have to just enter this and you have to write this syntax in your new rule configuration, and you are going to override this rule. That's why you have to add another keyword. Override is equal to yes. Okay, what we have done here, we have chosen a rule from the group object, which is the 502 rule, and the match is manager started, Wazuh server started, and we have override this rule, and we want to receive the email for this rule. And why we are doing this over here, because we have set the email alert level to 12, because if we are not going to do this, we will receive many number of emails, unnecessary emails, if you do not want to configure or monitor these kind of alerts. Okay, now the rule creation part is done. Wait for a while until this message will be pop up. Now what we are going to do over here, we have to write something in this main object.config file. What we have to write over here, we have to write this. We want to receive email alerts, and to what email you want to receive this email alert, for which rule you want to receive this email alert. 502 do not delay will not delay any in the email. Okay, now let's save these settings and restart the manager and check we are going to receive the email or not. Okay, now you can see we have only received the alert level 3 email alert of Wazuh server is Wazuh server started, not any other email alert of any level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because we have make these configuration set to email alert level to 12. We now we have to do what over here. We for the rules, we want to receive email alert, just we have to put comma and write the rule ID for that alert, and you will receive the alert email alert of that particular rule ID which will be hit. I'm back with a new topic of Wazuh SMTP configuration, or you can say Wazuh email alerts configuration. Let's move to the topic without wasting time. You just have to type Wazuh SMTP configuration on the Google. The first link come up, and you have to follow these steps to configure your Wazuh email alerts. SMTP server with authentication. Just open your CLI for the virtual machine or the node. Here are the simple step-by-steps procedure to complete this installation. What is this? That run this command to install the required package. If prompted about the mail server configuration type, select no configuration. We have the post scenario for Linux operating system, CentOS and Ubuntu as well. Here is the first command. If you have already updated, or if you do not want to update your virtual machine or the node, just skip this part. Only you have to copy this. You have to simply install these packages. Next, you have to add these configurations to this configuration file. We will type nano to edit the file, and go to the bottom of the document. Simply have to paste these lines. We are moving the bottom of document, where we are going to paste these configuration. Yeah, right, and you have to look for this line, code of line or syntax, because these are the duplicate configuration. You have to comment the one which is already pasted over here. Now we are going to press Ctrl X, enter Y, and press enter. Now set the sender email address and password. Replace username and password with your own data. What we are going to do here, we are going to replace this email address with our own email address and the password. This password is not as the simple password we enter. We log in our Gmail account or any Outlook account. We have to create a password to complete this our email alert configuration. How you can create this app password? Go to the Google and just simply type Google app password creation, or to create the Google app password. Sign in with app password. You just go simply go to the first link. These are the steps you are going to follow to create an app password. What we are going to do, simply go to our account and click on the manage your Google account. Next, go to the security setup, security, and you have to go to the two step verification. Okay, that's not the part. Right. Select two step verification. Yeah, that's the step. At the bottom, you can see app password. Simply click over here, name the app like I am going to do Wazuh 1 and create. It will pop up this app password, which is consist of 16 alphabets or character. Simply have to copy this. Now I am going to open Notepad for this process, and the app password is already created. Paste over here and remove the spaces. Now copy these commands and edit these commands according to your requirement. Replace the password with actual password and replace the email on which you have created this app password. Now move to the next step. Secure your password DB file. Run both of these commands as well. Now restart the postfix service. You also have to enable this service because if whenever any time your Wazuh server restarted, this service will be stopped. This enable command will restart the service when Wazuh server will be restarted or started. Now what is the next? Run the following command to test the configuration. Replace this with your email address. Check then that you receive this email test. We are going to copy this command and we will replace this example email address with our email address and run this command. Now we will go to our Gmail. Okay, that is what I have created the app password, and this is the test message that I have sent from my machine. You can clearly see test mail from Postfix, and you can also see from here send this email right now. What is the next step? Now we are going to configure email notification in the Wazuh server. You can set the email alerts configuration from this file, or you can also go to the GUI for this configuration as well. I'm going with the GUI of my Wazuh server. It will take some time. Let's check. What if we go to this part through CLI? What we are going to do is we are going to enable email notification. Default is yes, and we are going to replace it with no. Default is not and no, and we are going to replace it with yes. SMTP server location, it will be default localhost. Every time you have to replace this part with localhost. Next, email from the email address we have configured. Okay, I have made done something wrong. Okay, first part is we are going to replace with yes to no, and SMTP server location we have installed it on the localhost. Email from the email address we have used during our configuration, and which email we want to send these alerts email. Right now I will use this email for both, for the email from and email to part. Next, what you are going to do, the default email alert level is 12. We are going to change this with 3. Now press Ctrl X, press enter Y, press enter. To change, to take these changes effect, what you are going to do this, restart the Wazuh manager to apply these changes. We will restart the Wazuh manager service. Let the Wazuh manager get restart. I will show you from the GUI as well, but from where we can change this configuration, we can apply these changes. Anytime we are going to receive the email alerts for the Wazuh above level 3 and under level 16, not below the level 3. This service has been restarted. Check the status. Yeah, it's running. Here you can see we are start receiving the email alerts for the Wazuh server. From GUI you are going to perform these steps. Just click on this drop down, go to the management and click on the configuration. Now edit this configuration. This is the part I have done from the CLI. Email notification, no SMTP server, email from, email to, and we have set this level. You can also set the log alert level. Log alert level is what the logs we are receiving in the Wazuh GUI. We will go to the security events. Here you can see the alerts log. These are, we have recently received the alert for Wazuh server restarted, and for this alert for the 9 we have received also this alert, and the last one for the level 7 CS summary, we will receive the email alerts continuously. If you want to increase the email alert number of email alerts in 1 hour, you can set from here. The default set is 12 email alerts in 1 hour. You can make it 100, 200, 500, whatever you like, and you can also set the log alert level from here and email alert level from here as well. Hope you understand the topic well. If you have any query about this, you can comment under my video, and please like and subscribe my channel for the latest videos and updates for the Wazuh server. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are doing well. Today I am going to guide you how you can change your default password for the admin user, which we always use to access first time or the any time using our admin user and the password. By default, admin user is the admin and the password for the user is also admin. So what we have to do, we have to access our server CLI, right? And we have to run some commands. Go to your browser and just type Wazuh admin password change. The first link appear here. You have to go with this URL password management, and you can read all the instructions and guidance using this URL. This is our part. The password tool is embedded in Wazuh indexer. Under this, you can use the embedded version or download it with the following command. So we have it. Let's check if we have it or not. Wazuh password tool, or we can download it. I have the Wazuh of 4.5, so I'm going to change it to that version and run this command to download it. Okay, the tool has been successfully downloaded. You can read this thoroughly if you have any confusion. Now what we are going to do is changing the password for single user. To change the password for a single Wazuh indexer user, run the script with the dash u option and indicate the new password with the option -p. The password must be admin length between 8 and 64 characters and contain at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, a number, and one of the following symbols. If no password is specified, the script will be generated on random. So I am going to use the password like the way password at the rate 123. I have used one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, a special character, and the number as well. Now I am going to run this command in my CLI.